Hi guys, before this video starts, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who watched my last video. The response I got was absolutely overwhelming. I honestly can't believe it. I'm so grateful for everyone that watched it, and the people that messaged me, the comments that I had, just all the love and support that was shown, the people that have shared their stories as well. It's been really amazing, and I'm so grateful for everyone that watched the video, liked it, shared it, and everything, and I just can't thank everyone enough. It was super hard for me to put that video out, but I'm so happy that I did because of the response and just how so much support has been shown, so thank you so much. Hey guys, so I thought I'd do another uni-based video today because it sort of fits with the time of year that we're going into. So I'm gonna keep this one quite quick because it's just kind of like a few pointers, I suppose. So I'm gonna kind of talk about getting out of halls and into a house and the main gist of things that you need to know and what are things to look out for. So I'm third year now, so I went for halls in my first year, and then in my second and my third year I am in student rented accommodation with my friends. So I have like a little bit of experience with it now, and like what to look for and the things that you definitely need and the things that aren't really necessary. So most of the time, I don't know about other cities, but it sort of seems to be this way, that you will most likely be looking for your house before Christmas. So we actually, the house I'm living in now, this time last year we were out looking for houses and we were coming around to look around this house. So you do it really far in advance. Some estate agents will come out earlier with all their houses, some will come out later, and they also do it in drips and drabs. So if you cannot find anything on there, wait for a week or two. They put stuff up every single week, different houses, and most of the time they don't release them all at once. So you're going to start by looking like on all the websites. Make sure you look for every single estate agent, book loads and loads of viewings. We made the mistake in our first time getting a house. We literally went for the first one that we saw, and obviously it was fine, but I think we probably could have found something better. With this house we looked for about 6 and then found this one, and went for it straight away because we knew that it was like where we wanted to live. So when you're looking around, the best time to look around is obviously the daytime, but at the moment it's getting dark really early. It's really busy in the day for like viewings, because you've got to remember it's not only students that they're showing around, and a lot of the time you've got uni in the day. I know it's different at the moment with lockdown, but you are still allowed to go and look at houses and sign contracts and everything like that. All the housing thing is still open, so I presume people will still be doing it. So basically, if you look around in the night, which is what we did because of uni, it was the only way we could fit it in, you aren't seeing the house for one of the major things that I think you really need in the house, which is like natural lighting. So natural lighting is really important, because living in a dark, dull and dingy house, as much as you think, oh, it's fine, it's not. It's really horrible, especially at the moment when you're spending a lot of time at home. We don't know what it will be like next year. Maybe we'll still be spending a lot of time at home then, who knows. So you want to make sure it's a nice bright space, that you're gonna have lots of natural light, just because it's the nicest way to live, really. So that's one of the main things that I look out for, and you can only really see that in the daytime, obviously, because it gets to about 4:30 now and it is completely pitch black. So that is one thing to think about. Although when you are looking around in the dark, you can look for massive windows, which is really good. We've got a skylight at the back of our house which lets in loads of light, like from the ceiling. So yeah, you don't want those tiny little windows in the corner, don't get much light in. You also can't air your room very well. Like, it's good to have 2 windows that you can open, especially in the summer when it gets hot, you know, it is much nicer. So the second thing that I would say to look for is mold, which can be a massive issue with student houses because a lot of students don't report it. nothing gets done about it, but is actually a structural issue. So you do need to look for things like that, and they have to declare it to you if there has been any issues with mold, which is obviously a really good thing. So make sure you ask the estate agent that is showing you around. Look in places, so often kitchens and bathrooms can have a lot of mold in the corners of the ceiling, under the sink. You'll be able to tell by like the smell in the house, condensation, all that kind of stuff. So that's a massive thing to look for, because it is horrible to live in a house where there's mold in there. Another thing that is actually more important than you think when you're looking around a house, people always want massive bedrooms. And if you're quite good friends with the people that you're living with, which is highly likely when you're going into a second and third year house, because you're highly likely to be choosing who you want to live with and you're going to live with your friends, you will spend a lot of time in the kitchen, living room, dining room area. Now obviously every house is different. Some of them will have a living room and a separate kitchen dining room. Some of them don't have a living room and just have a kitchen dining room. But you want to make sure that you are going for the bigger living area, because it is so important. Even now, like with this house, we have got a spare room. Obviously we can use that as like a living room, but when we have like friends over and stuff, it could be bigger, it could be nicer. And it's always nice having a sofa. We've got chairs this year and it's fine, but it is nice having a sofa just to chill on and watch TV and stuff. And you will spend so much more time in there. You're all going to cook together. Even if you think you won't, you will. It just happens. So yeah, that's a major thing. I would definitely choose a smaller bedroom over a big bedroom and a small living room. So that's definitely key to think about. And also, like, alongside that, it's not always about the furnishings in the house. You need to look at the structure of the house. How old is the house? What are the actual appliances like that you're using? Yeah, someone might have a really cute sofa with like cushions and everything like that, but you've also got to remember that might be the tenants that are living in there now, their stuff, and that might not be there when you move in. So you've got to remember all that stuff that's in there might not be exactly how it is, because they could have moved it around, and obviously they rejig it when people move out. So for instance, right now I've got 2 big chest of drawers in my room. The people that will be coming to look around our house to see this year might think that both of the chest of drawers come with my room, where actually only one comes, the other one doesn't. So that is also something to remember. You might not all get all the furniture that's in the room, because it could be someone's that they bought with them. So don't kind of predict that that's going to be there. Also, it can be really difficult when you're looking around a house and, say for instance, you're 5 girls going to look around a house and 5 guys live in it currently. You've got to remember it's going to look completely different with all your stuff in it, and the bedroom will not look the same. And again, for guys that are looking around a girl's house, yeah, it's going to look all maybe like cute, fairy lights, everything like that. It's not going to look like that when you have your stuff in there. So you've got to sort of remember that, and don't judge a house based on what furnishings are in there as well. That's kind of like most of the stuff that you would think about when you're moving into a house. Obviously, price is so variable. In some cities it is going to be more than in other cities, so it's not really it's something that you kind of have to check out with your own area. I know in Oxford it's a lot more expensive than some of the other places, so for us, potentially we are paying a lot more, and people would think, oh my goodness, that's so expensive, but the house that we've got for our area is a pretty good price, and that's what you've got to look at for the area, what you're getting, what is the price going to be like. And you can either work that out by talking to estate agents, or when you're looking around, the more you look around, the kind of general gist you'll get for what the high price, low price, and like normal price is kind of like. So yeah, now when you first move into the house, so you've signed all the paperwork and everything, it's different with every estate agents, but they literally take you through the whole thing because they know you've probably never done it before. So it's actually a super easy process, because they will help you through absolutely everything. They call you a lot, they email you a lot, they make sure that you're okay. That's the experience I've had anyway. But when you get to the house, the first thing you need to do is make sure all the keys work. So often they give you a set of keys for each person. Make sure they all work, make sure all the room keys work if you've got locks on your doors, because that's really important. And what I always do is take pictures of the keys, so when you leave you can look back at that picture and be like, look, have we got all the right keys, to make sure that you're giving the right stuff back that they gave to you. The next thing that we did when, well, I got to the house first because I went and got the keys, so I went and checked that all the taps worked, like the cookers all turned on, the microwaves turned on, everything like that. And then when I went in, I realized we didn't have a kettle and a toaster. So not everything does come with a house. They don't have to provide a kettle and a toaster. We had to buy that in my last house. It got provided. So that's just something to think about as well. Yeah, check that literally everything works. And if it doesn't, you can report it straight away and they know that it isn't you. Also, when you've got gas and electricity meters, make sure you take a picture of the meter reading for when you first move in, because when we first moved into our house, no one had lived here for 2 weeks, and they tried to charge us for the 2 weeks that no one was living there, but obviously that's the landlord or landlady's responsibility. So you can prove when you moved into the house what the meter readings were, and then you will not have to pay any extra for that. When you move in, you'll probably also get an inventory. Some inventories have pictures, some of them are just wording for like what condition things are in, and they will literally go through everything, every single item in every room, what the quality of it's like. They do the carpet, they do the walls, absolutely everything that will be in that house when you move out. So you need to look through that, and you actually do have to like okay this and say, yep, we think that everything's like that as well. And you can challenge things. So if they've said that the condition of the carpet is good and you don't think that it is that, then you can challenge them and say, oh no, there's this massive stain, just to let you know, so you don't think it's us when the move out happens, because you can get charged for those sort of things. So it's really important to look through that. And if you haven't got one with pictures, it is always worth just taking quick pictures of anything that you think might be something they might comment on when you move out, and just pictures of the rooms in general, because then you can prove to them, look at the date and the time on this picture, this is when we moved in. You can, I just ran out of storage on my memory card, so I think I was saying about like just making sure that you have pictures and you've got evidence, because they cannot do anything if you've got that evidence of the time and the place that was taken. They can't do anything. So that is super important. But I hope you guys are all doing well in this, again, another super weird time. We're just getting back to normal, and yeah, you know, it's all gone pear-shaped again, but hopefully this ends soon and we can get out again and live a normal life. But thank you so much for watching. If any of you guys are students and you're looking for houses and stuff at the moment, don't be afraid to drop a comment down below, and I'll give you any advice that I can. Just make sure you're getting the right thing for you, because it is super important. Thank you for watching. Bye.